Well, now we've got IELTS listening part 4, and whatever you miss in part 4 will give you an opportunity to perform well. You may miss a couple of answers in part 3 because the audio goes on and things take time to understand and all that. But don't worry, if you miss any answer in listening, don't worry about that. Move ahead. Move on to the next ones. Otherwise, one wrong answer can destroy your listening test. This has happened with many students, okay? So be careful. Now, part 4, complete the notes below, write one word only. In part 4, 95% chances are that you will get one word only. There will be blanks, and whatever is written before the blank, the synonym of that will bring you the answer. I give you some nice tips on that. History of weather forecasting. Check their topics. Weather forecasting, you see weather forecast on TV. They tell you tomorrow it's going to be cloudy and all that. So what is the history? How did they start weather forecasting and all that? Ancient cultures. Now they will talk about Roman culture and Greeks and all that. Many cultures believe that floods and all. Just underline the word floods. Okay. And that's it. Now second bullet point. It means audio will run for some time. And in the second bullet point, they say many cultures invented. Now listen, for cultures, they commonly use the word civilizations. And for invented, very commonly they use the word discovered. Many cultures discovered, developed, right? Dash and other ceremonies to make the weather gods friendly. In the past, people believed that there are the weather gods. So in order to make weather gods friendly, people had two things. One is question number 31 and second is other ceremonies. Now what did they do to please their weather gods? Okay, like that.
In this series of lectures about the history of weather forecasting, I'll start by examining its early history. That'll be the subject of today's talk. Okay, so we'll start by going back thousands of years. Most ancient cultures had weather gods, and weather catastrophes, such as floods, played an important role in many creation myths. Generally, weather was attributed to the whims of the gods, as the wide range of weather gods in various cultures shows. For instance, there's the Egyptian sun god Ra, and Thor, the Norse god of thunder and lightning. Many ancient civilizations developed rites such as dances in order to make the weather gods look kindly on them.
Rites such as dances. So they had rites such as dances to make weather gods friendly on them. So correct answer is dances. It just came in the last.
In this series, thunder and lightning, many ancient civilizations developed rites.
Okay, many ancient civilizations, that is cultures, developed, that is invented. They invented rites such as
dances.
So invented dances. Okay.
Civilizations developed rites such as dances in order to make the weather gods look kindly on them.
Okay, in order to make the weather god look kindly on them. Look kindly means friendly. So correct answer is dances. DANCES. Well done. Let's go on. Question number 32. People needed to observe and interpret the sky to ensure there means something related to people. People needed to interpret the sky to ensure something, to ensure their safety, to ensure their livelihood, to ensure their something, right? So it's just that.
It isn't, but the weather was of daily importance. Observing the skies and drawing the correct conclusions from these observations was really important. In fact, their survival depended on it.
Okay, their survival depended on it. Means ensure their survival. Now, ensure and depended on, these are synonyms in IELTS listing, and you will find them again somewhere in some other test. So, depended on and ensure. Survival depended on it, ensured their survival. Around 650 BC, Babylonians started forecasting using weather phenomena such as, now what is weather phenomena? Rain, sky, moon, stars, right? So they are the phenomena which are related to that. So around 650 BC, Babylonians started forecasting using weather phenomena such as. Now what is the weather phenomena? Let's see. Such as means, for example.
It isn't known when people first started to observe the skies, but at around 650 BC, the Babylonians produced the first short-range weather forecasts based on their observations of clouds and other phenomena.
Okay, based on their observations of clouds and other phenomena. So, such as clouds, right? Based on their observations of clouds and other phenomena. Okay, let's just go on. By 300 BC, Chinese had a calendar made up of a number of dash. Underline the word number of. Whenever they use the word number of, answer will be plural. Okay, and for number, for example, if this right here number of, and answer is zebras. In the audio they will say 15 zebras. 15 zebras means number of zebras. So one thing, answer is going to be plural. Second, for number of, they may use any number. Number of 20, 30, 100, dozens, anything like that. So let's see a plural answer.
The Chinese also recognized weather patterns, and by 300 BC, astronomers had developed a calendar which divided the year into 24 festivals, each associated...
Which divided the year into 24 festivals. What is the answer? Festivals. Why not 24? Because number of is already written to replace 24. You cannot say a number of 24 festivals. Either number of festivals or 24 festivals. So correct answer is festivals. Then ancient Greeks, and you can see scientific approach, underline the word scientific, then underline the word Aristotle, and weather phenomena. Weather phenomena can be rain, cloud, wind, storm. They are weather phenomena. Question number 35. Aristotle also described halos and dash. Now, if you don't know what halos is, no problem. But answer will come with halos. Halos and dash. For and, they can use the word not only halos but also. Halos as well as dash. Okay, so answer will come with that. Clue word is halos.
The ancient Greeks were the first to develop a more scientific approach to explaining the weather. The work of the philosopher and scientist Aristotle in the 4th century BC is especially noteworthy, as his ideas held sway for nearly 2,000 years. In 340 BC, he wrote a book in which he attempted to account for the formation of rain, clouds, wind, and storms. He also described celestial phenomena such as halos, that is, bright circles of light around the sun, the moon, and bright stars, and comets.
Okay, halos, and then she explained what halos are, the light around sun, moon, and all that, and comets. Now, how do you spell comets? C-O-M-E-T-S. M-E. C-O-M-E-T-S. Comets. Okay, this word is unusual, but at times if the word is unusual, just try to see comets. Comets. It can be with K also, but anyways, comets. Question number 36. Middle Ages, Aristotle's work considered accurate. Many proverbs. Now, when they say proverbs or sayings, for example, about the significance of the color of the dash. Now, for color, they may use the word red, green, orange, blue, and all that. Color of the dash. For example, answer is color of the clouds. And in the audio, they will say gray clouds, black clouds. Okay, so let's see, color of what?
For nearly 2,000 years, Aristotle's work was accepted as the chief authority on weather theory. Alongside this, though, in the Middle Ages, weather observations were passed on in the form of proverbs, such as red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning.
So, sky. And for color, they use the word red. It's very common. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight, means it will not rain. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. There will be storm and all that. So correct answer is sky. And for color, they use the word red. Color of the dash, color of the sky. Okay, question number 37. 15th to 19th centuries, 15th century scientists recognized value of dash for the first time. Underline the word value of and write their need for. Value of weather for the first time, need for weather for the first time. Okay, something like that. Or value of forecasting, need for forecasting for the first time.
For centuries, any attempt to forecast the weather could only be based on personal observations. But in the 15th century, scientists began to see the need for instruments. Until then,
Okay, scientists began to see the need for instruments. So correct answer is instruments. Okay, question number 38. Galileo invented. Now, if you have some knowledge about Galileo and you know he invented something related to weather, so you can answer even without reading. But Galileo has got a number of inventions or discoveries. So anyways, Galileo invented. And what is the word for invented? Developed, discovered, made, anything like that.
in 1592, the Italian scientist and inventor Galileo developed the world's first thermometer.
Okay, developed the world's first thermometer. Thermometer. Yeah, that's what we call it. Thermometer. So Galileo, he developed world's first thermometer. Thermo. Thermometer. Thermometer. Okay, then they will talk about Pascal, but there is no question. Then they will talk about, and you will not read it, by the way. You will not waste your time. Okay, Pascal, underline Pascal. That you know audio is there. Then they will talk about 17th century, underline that. And you will not listen to it carefully. And don't read this option as well. Then they will say 18th century, Franklin identified the movement of dash. Underline the word movement. And for movement, they commonly use the word, for example, if answer is movement of stars. Movement of stars. In the audio, they will say the stars travel. The stars travel. Travel, movement, okay, all that.
In the 18th century, the scientist and politician Benjamin Franklin carried out work on electricity and lightning in particular. But he was also very interested in weather and studied it throughout most of his life. It was Franklin who discovered that storms generally travel from west to east.
Storms generally travel from west to east. What does it mean? Movement of storms. Well done. 19th century data from different locations could be sent to the same place by. Now, what was the source of sending data? Now it is internet. At that time, what was the source to send data? Okay, same place by dash.
In addition to new meteorological instruments, other developments contributed to our understanding of the atmosphere. People in different locations began to keep records, and in the mid-19th century, the invention of the telegraph made it possible for these records to be collated.
Okay, to be collated. So telegraph, right? Telegraph is one word. Telegraph. Like telegram, so it's telegraph. All right, good. So you can see out of 40 how many answers are correct. And correct answers in the first attempt. When I read the question and then you can just check that. Yeah.